This historical footage shows scenes from 1945, when approximately 3.2 million Japanese military personnel and civilians were repatriated from China to Japan. The footage depicts their joy and excitement as they celebrate their return with the Japanese public, seemingly without any signs of shame after Japan's surrender. About 1.3 million Japanese soldiers in China surrendered, along with Japanese civilians stranded in various parts of China, making a total of approximately 3.2 million people. The footage shows scenes from the Shanghai area, where trucks were used to transport Japanese residents to the port, where they boarded ships to return to Japan. Most of them expressed a strong desire to return to their homeland, but also feared possible retaliation. However, the Chinese government, with a humanitarian stance, adopted a policy of returning kindness for resentment. The Japanese prisoners of war and civilians in China were treated with care, and a repatriation plan was implemented. The plan followed a principle of prioritizing land transport and centralizing port shipments. In the footage, numerous Japanese individuals can be seen waiting at the port to be repatriated. Before boarding the ships, staff inspect their luggage, according to regulations. Each Japanese resident could carry 30 kilograms of luggage and some personal valuables. However, prohibited items and weapons were immediately confiscated. Anyone who defied orders could face severe punishment. The Japanese children in the footage appear healthy, but in any case, they are innocent. The events of this historical period reflect the political and wartime context of the time. Children should not be blamed for the actions of their families. In the footage, these children sit innocently among piles of clothing. Looking around, they are victims of this era, not criminals. When these Japanese military personnel and civilians arrived at Japanese ports, they waved their hands to express gratitude to the welcoming crowds. They may not have realized that, despite the crimes committed in China, they were able to return to Japan safely. Some prisoners of war were reunited with their families, emotionally overwhelmed, embracing each other. In Japan, these prisoners of war were given a hero's welcome. This may also be because they did not show any signs of remorse. Their spirits were high, but this also reflects the special historical context and circumstances of the time. This historical footage allows us to look back and reflect on the complexity and humanitarian challenges of that wartime period.